Millions of tourists are disappearing from Asia's top travel hotspots. Beaches once packed with sunseekers now sit empty. Hotels that were fully booked year-round are operating on life support. Entire economies built on global tourism are cracking under the pressure. But what went wrong? From visa bans and travel advisories to political turmoil and climate disasters, these 10 Asian countries are watching their tourism lifelines vanish fast. And for some, the financial damage is pushing them toward total collapse. Stick around until number 1, because the country topping the list isn't just losing money, it's on the edge of a full-blown tourism meltdown. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive like this. Number 10. Indonesia. Long hailed as a tropical paradise, Indonesia is suffering one of the sharpest tourism declines in its history. Bali, Lombok, and other island hotspots have seen visitor numbers plunge dramatically, nearly 40% year-over-year, according to recent regional reports. What caused the fall? Overtourism backlash. A rise in petty crime and safety concerns. Aging infrastructure. Sharp increases in airfare. Travelers are frustrated, and they're choosing alternatives like Vietnam, Malaysia, or the Philippines. Local businesses once booming with foreign visitors now face closure. Even the famous Ubud rice terraces, usually packed, are quieter than ever. Indonesia hoped digital nomads would save the industry, but unreliable internet, new visa complications, and safety fears have pushed many to leave. Number 9. Vietnam. Vietnam was once the poster child of Southeast Asia's tourism boom. But in 2025, the energy is fading fast. Visitor numbers have fallen more than 37% since early 2024. Airlines are cutting routes to Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, and major attractions like Hoi An and Ha Long Bay are facing steep drops in bookings. The crisis stems from inconsistent government policies, overcrowding concerns, aggressive street vendor behavior, poor infrastructure maintenance. Viral videos showing chaotic scenes in tourist zones have damaged Vietnam's reputation abroad. Influencers are now recommending travelers look elsewhere. The result? Markets are going quiet. Resorts are slashing prices. Vietnam's once unstoppable tourism miracle is unraveling. Number 8. Bhutan. Bhutan's high-value, low-impact tourism model has backfired. The country introduced a steep daily tourist tax, which can reach $200 per person per day. The goal was to protect culture and nature, but instead, visitor numbers have plunged over 50%. Travelers say the fee is simply too high, especially when neighboring Himalayan destinations offer similar experiences at a fraction of the cost. Worse still, limited flights into Paro. Slow reopening of luxury hotels. Growing complaints about outdated services. Bhutan tried lowering the fee for some nationalities, but the damage is done. The country may have preserved its identity, but at the cost of its relevance. Number 7. Maldives. The Maldives, once the ultimate luxury getaway, is experiencing one of the worst downturns in its modern history. International arrivals are down nearly 48% compared to pre-2023 levels. Resorts that relied on full occupancy are now offering desperate discounts. Why? Geopolitical tensions. Environmental concerns about long-haul travel. Reduced flights and cancelled cruise stops. With tourism making up almost 30% of the country's GDP, the crisis is shaking the entire economy. The Maldives is racing to reinvent itself, but time is running out. Number 6. Nepal. Nepal's majestic trekking routes and Himalayan adventures are becoming alarmingly quiet. Bookings are down 55%, especially from Western travelers. Reasons include unpredictable weather caused by climate change, ongoing regional instability, past disasters still haunting travelers. Entire mountain communities that depend on tourists are now struggling. Guest houses from Annapurna to Langtang are closing. Guides are leaving the industry. Nepal's recovery campaigns haven't gained traction due to limited marketing and outdated infrastructure. Number 5. Pakistan. Pakistan's emerging reputation as a stunning adventure destination has taken a major hit. Political instability and renewed travel advisories have led to a 65% drop in foreign bookings. Regions like Hunza and Skardu, once rising stars, now report hotel vacancy rates above 80%. The government launched the See Pakistan campaign in 2025, offering incentives and subsidies. But without global confidence, tourism recovery remains out of reach. Revenue losses exceed $1.1 billion, and small businesses across the hospitality sector are collapsing. Number 4. Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka was expected to make a major comeback in 2025. Instead, arrivals have dropped 42%, even after the government introduced visa-free entry for over 40 countries. Why the continued decline? Lingering political instability, economic struggles, infrastructure issues, reduced international flights. Beaches in Galle, Bentota, and Unawatuna are emptier than ever. Local guides report some of their worst seasons in years. Tourism once made up over 12% of Sri Lanka's GDP, now it's under 7%. Sri Lanka reopened its doors, but the world hasn't walked in. Number 3. India. India's tourism giant is slowing dramatically. Political unrest in Kashmir, deadly heat waves, flooding, and escalating safety concerns have driven international travelers away. Occupancy rates in cities like Jaipur and Varanasi have fallen to 35%, the lowest in nearly 2 decades. India risks losing over $18 billion in tourism revenue this year. Festivals are being cancelled. Airlines are shrinking routes. Street vendors, guides, and artisans are losing their livelihoods. Domestic tourism is also falling due to rising travel costs. India's tourism crisis is a powerful reminder of how vulnerable even the largest markets are when climate, politics, and safety collide. Number 2. Cambodia. Once a rising tourism powerhouse, Cambodia is now facing a dramatic 60% decline in visitors. Even Angkor Wat, the crown jewel, feels empty. The causes: border tensions with Thailand, internal political challenges, widespread tourist scams, poor infrastructure and outdated services. Airlines are canceling routes to Phnom Penh and Siem Reap. Night markets that once thrived are now fading into memory. Cambodia is fighting back with cheaper visas and aggressive marketing, but many travelers already see the country as unstable. Changing that perception will take time. Number 1. Thailand. Thailand, Asia's tourism titan, is grappling with a massive 60% plunge in international arrivals. This is one of the steepest drops in its modern history. What caused the collapse? Rising safety concerns, violence in border regions, territorial disputes near the Cambodia frontier, increasing crime in tourist hotspots. Hotel occupancy has nosedived from 90% to 25%. Small and mid-sized businesses that relied on steady foot traffic are shutting down. Even luxury resorts are slashing prices by 50% or more. Thailand's government is rolling out emergency funds and new visa policies, but global perception has shifted. And in tourism, perception is everything. If Thailand doesn't stabilize soon, it risks losing its crown as the go-to destination of Southeast Asia, along with billions in economic value. Conclusion? From Indonesia to Thailand, Asia's tourism industry is facing a crisis unlike anything seen before. Climate disasters, border conflicts, economic instability, crumbling infrastructure. Together, they've created a perfect storm that is emptying destinations of tourists and hope. For millions of local workers, this isn't just a travel slump. It's a fight for survival. Were you planning a trip to Asia in 2025? Has this crisis changed your plans? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more eye-opening stories from around the world.